My name is Cody Medeisis. I built this 1968 Chevy Camaro. This build took around 8 months, and 8 months ago it started. It was a running car. It completed in Hot Rod Drag Week 2019. Once the week was over, we completely tore the car down to nothing, threw everything in the garbage, basically sold what was usable, and started from scratch. Had the car sandblasted, so everything was down to bare metal. Had to do a bunch of metal work, starting with like the doors. The door gaps needed to be fit better. The hood needed to be fit better. It has a brand new hood on it, glass tech. The trunk originally had a fiberglass trunk, so I had to switch that over to steel as well as fit all that, because the jam gaps weren't the best. Once that was complete, I sent it off to have some roll cage work done. While that was gone, I built the engine. It's a 388-inch LS engine. Starting from the bottom, it's got a Kelly's crank, boost line rods, JE pistons, set of Frankenstein heads, Holley intake. It is force-fed with a Ford Tech V7 YSIB blower. It currently makes around 900 horsepower. It was built to compete in Hot Rod Drag Week, so it has to go fast as well as last a number of miles. Over 1,000 usually is what each race is. The other things I want you to notice is the paint work that I did. That is what I specialize in. That's what I do. It was sandblasted down to nothing, like I said, so I had to epoxy it. I did all the body work myself, did all the paint work myself. Once the body work was done and all the coats of primer, I made up the color myself. It's something, a mixture I put together. It's a pink base with a red candy on top of it. It also has a 68 style stripe on it that's ghosted in with candy. And when all that was complete, I blocked the car down and buffed it, so it looks like a mirror. One of the things I like most about the car is you could get in it and drive it anywhere. And not only will it go to the racetrack and win a race, it'll also, you can go drive it to any car show and compete very well with it, if not win the whole thing. I think it deserves to win because the amount of time that I put into it. Like I said, it was all done in 8 months and nothing but nights and weekends. More difficult things with the car as well. It was built to perform in a certain class, so certain body modifications and that were not allowed, as well as engine-wise stuff wasn't allowed. So like everything has to be contained to the engine bay. Nothing engine-wise at all can be protrude past the firewall. The car has to also be factory appearing, so there can't be any like major carbon fiber or fiberglass body panels and pieces. The interior also has to be factory appearing, so it still has factory dash, headliner, floorboards, carpet. The back seat's still factory. So it was kind of difficult building to the rules to make everything legal for that, as well as make it as nice as possible. The most amount of time I spent on it was the paint. I've got well over 400 hours in that alone. But also the engine building. I've probably got about 100 hours building that engine, as well as speccing out all the parts and pieces that I needed to do what the engine needed to do. It needed to make at least 1,100 horsepower to the wheels, and I needed to pick out the right pieces and parts to do that. A lot of the things other than the paint and body that I changed in the car, it used to have a lighter bar rear suspension, and to go along with the rules, like I said before, I had to convert it all back to factory style suspension, so I had to put leaf springs back under it, all Calvert rear suspension, anti-roll bar. Fuel cell needed to be a whole lot bigger, so all that I had to make fit into a small package, as well as still be factory appearing. Take a look around, and I hope you enjoy everything you see. I've put everything in it that I'm capable of doing.